What if I told you that humanity didn't originate on Earth? What if every ancient myth, every tale of gods descending from the skies, was actually a memory? A memory buried so deep, it's taken millions of years and a forgotten ship to bring it back. Cut to archaeologists uncovering something massive, metallic, beneath layers of fossilized sand. In the driest place on Earth, something impossible has just been found. A spacecraft older than any civilization. Inscribed with just 3 words, Mars Exodus 1. The year is 2025. Deep in the Chilean desert of Atacama, known as one of the most Mars-like places on Earth, a team of geologists stumbles upon something unnatural. It starts with seismic scans revealing a strange metallic anomaly, buried nearly 200 meters below the surface. But when the excavation begins, what they find isn't a mineral deposit. It's a structure, a spacecraft, massive, scorched, ancient beyond comprehension. The metal is like nothing known, impervious to acid, heat, radiation. Carbon dating? Impossible, because the outer hull seems to resist time itself. But the most chilling discovery is what's etched onto its side. Mars Exodus 1. And just beneath that, a human handprint. Not fossilized, embedded, preserved in some form of crystalline carbon. A perfect human hand. And here's the kicker. It's not fossilized human remains. It's DNA matched. 98.8% human, identical to modern Homo sapiens. So the question now becomes, how did a human spacecraft from Mars end up on Earth, millions of years before humanity supposedly evolved? Ancient Martian geology tells a haunting story. Mars, scientists agree, once had rivers, oceans, even a magnetic field. Around 4 billion years ago, it could have supported life. But then came the collapse. The magnetic field failed. The atmosphere thinned. Solar winds stripped the surface. Radiation scorched the soil. But what if, during that slow death, a species had already evolved? Not microbes, not primitive cells, but intelligent beings. And what if they looked just like us? Not metaphorically, literally they were us. Or rather, we are them. The theory now spreading through fringe circles of archaeology and astrobiology is this: humanity didn't evolve on Earth. We restarted here. Mars was our first home, and the ship found in the Atacama, it wasn't the first ship, it was the last. The final escape vessel, carrying survivors from a dying red planet, desperate to begin again. Before we continue, if this has already blown your mind, hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Because what comes next might rewrite everything we know about ancient history, evolution, and the true origin of humankind. Back to the mystery. Let's take a step back. If humanity did come from Mars, could there be any trace left? Any memory? Any echo of that long-forgotten journey? Look closely, and you'll find it everywhere. The Sumerians spoke of gods descending from the heavens in fiery chariots. The Dogon tribe of Mali somehow knew about Sirius B, a white dwarf invisible to the naked eye. The Popol Vuh of the Mayans mentions the sky people who arrived before time. In Egypt, the god Osiris was said to have come from the stars. Coincidence? Or something more? Even the biblical story of Eden describes a paradise, lost because of a fall, a descent, a displacement. What if Eden wasn't metaphorical? What if Eden was Mars, a planet once green, lost in catastrophe, and Earth, a desperate second chance? Back in the Atacama, something unbelievable happens. After weeks of trying to access the spacecraft's interior, a group of engineers finally breach a secondary hatch. Inside, a chamber of pure black stone-like material, smooth, silent, humming with dormant energy. And at its center, a crystalline sphere, floating in magnetic suspension. It's not just a power core, it's a memory bank. And when they manage to connect it to quantum scanners, images start to form. Holographic, fragmented, but undeniable. Skyscrapers piercing Martian clouds. People, indistinguishable from us, walking on crimson plains. And then, war, explosions, atmospheric collapse. And one final message. Project Genesis, launching final arc. Mars Exodus, first location, target planet, blue class. Viability, uncertain. Outcome, survival required. Earth, they weren't just escaping, they were choosing us. What happened after the ship landed? The terrain matches the landing site described in the memory bank. The same coordinates, Atacama, appear again. It's not random. The Atacama Desert was chosen. Dry, stable, isolated, a time capsule. But the passengers didn't stop there. They spread to the Nile, to the Indus, to the Andes, building, teaching, remembering, until memory became myth. This explains the sudden appearance of advanced knowledge in early civilizations: astronomy, architecture, mathematics. The alignment of pyramids with star systems, the impossible precision of ancient maps. They weren't discovering the world, they were remembering it, or trying to, until it was all forgotten or buried. Fast forward to now. 2 days after the ship's core is activated, something happens, a signal. It comes from Mars, a repeating tone, transmitted on a deep frequency wave no natural phenomenon could produce. It's pulsing, like a heartbeat, or a countdown. NASA picks it up. Private observatories confirm it. It's coming from Archaeama, one of the largest volcanoes on Mars, dormant for millions of years, until now. And here's the twist. That volcano was listed in the ship's memory core as a military vault, a final defense system, or a prison. Whatever we escaped from may not have died. It may have been locked away, and we just woke it up. Digging deeper into the ship's data, they uncover the name of what caused the Martian collapse. It wasn't just climate, it wasn't just war, it was a biological anomaly, a synthetic organism, self-replicating, adaptive, a failed experiment in Martian bioengineering intended to heal the environment. Instead, it consumed it. They called it Red Eden, and it was never destroyed, it was contained, locked beneath Mars' crust. And now, the signal coming from Archaeama is in the same pattern as Red Eden's final recorded neural signature. It's alive and it knows we're here. So here we are. A buried ship in the Atacama reveals humanity's forgotten origin. Evidence points to a mass exodus from a dying Mars. Every myth, every monument, every story of gods and sky beings suddenly makes sense. We didn't evolve here. We restarted here. But the past isn't done with us, because something is waking up on Mars, and it remembers us. What do you think? Was Earth our first home, or just our second chance? Was the fall of Mars a warning? And what happens if Red Eden finds a way back? Subscribe for more impossible mysteries, ancient secrets, and the stories that question everything. Because sometimes when the past isn't behind us, it's still waiting. This is No Way.